which she was fine, bro. Oh my God, bro. This girl, any chinita with big titties is a 9 to me off the bat. Like, regardless if her face is, she's like half a butterface or whatever, like, mommy got fucking body for days, bro. No, she was bad as fuck, bro. She's the chick that she macked on Tony Storm on live television.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Sur Valley. Back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy Mr. 9 Times. Yeah, today's mathematics is July 3rd, 2025. It is understanding. To understand is to do the knowledge and the wisdom to have the full capacity of whatever it is you're doing the knowledge on. So understanding is number 3. We need to do the knowledge and the wisdom first. Before anything. Before you start speaking, you got to listen. You got to see these things, bro. So when we're talking about understanding, you need to have a very clear understanding on the people, places, and things that surround you. Because if you don't, there's going to be some misunderstandings. Believe me. Peace. Today's drip check, we have the AirTech Challenge 2s on, LMS Imperial script, basketball shorts, the new PASM hand style that he blessed me with. This is like his hands right here. So shout out to PASM. Got some rings, Columbia shades. And so today on this podcast is going to be a little different. I think I'm going to talk just a little bit about sneakers, and it's going to be a whole like wrestling podcast. So if you do not like wrestling or watch wrestling or any of that, you can tune out now. Or actually, you know what? Tune in, because maybe you might be interested in wrestling just like how I was. But first, going on with the sneakers shit, so we could just get this out of the way real quick. I got the Kobe Air Forces. I don't know if I spoke on that the last podcast. I mean, I just did it yesterday. So I said I was only going to try to do one pair of sneakers every month, and this is fucking why. So I got the Kobe's. That was the first, literally 2 days ago. Then I put in for the Pure Money 3s on the draw on the on feature.com. And usually with Feature, they would notify when I hit on the Great 5s, they notified me like a few days before it dropped. So I didn't even have to go on the sneakers app, and then I hit on them again on almamanier.com. So I didn't get a notification, so I'm like, all right, I didn't get them, right? Fuck it, whatever, fuck it. So right when I wake up, I hit them on the sneakers app. I got a W on the sneakers app. Then when that was like 6 a.m, I fall asleep, I wake up, and I got the notification for Feature that I got the Pure Money. So now I have doubles of Great 5s and Pure Money 3s, which I don't, if I were to get if there were any doubles I wouldn't want from any shoe, it'd be the Pure Moneys, because those shit's yellow, which means I'm not going to be able to save them, and I'm going to have to fucking pound both of them into the ground. One of the homies I don't want to say his name, just out of respect. But he told me he had Pure Money 4s. 4s aren't my favorite shoe. I think they look good. I don't know if they look better than 3s on feet, but he told me that they yellowed, I don't know, just whatever, like the whole shit yellowed on him, right? And he wants to like restore them. I don't think you can. Like once them shits turn yellow, that's it. I have shirts that have turned yellow. I have different. I want to say I think I did have a pair of sneakers that turned yellow. Do I remember? Fuck no. But I'm trying to think right now. So now I'm really gonna have to wear those 3s, which is no problem. These AirTech Challenge 2s really remind me of 3s, like just how they feel on your feet. Like I actually feel like this is like a SB version because they have like a lot more cushion, in my opinion. Like especially around the sides of the ankles. Maybe I'll have to do like a side-by-side prognosis. But these remind me of something like a Jordan 1, 3, and a 4. Let me look up real quick what year these came out. These had to have been like the fucking either the 85 to 89 for sure. I don't know the exact year, but let me see. AirTech Challenge 2 debut. '90. Okay, so that's interesting. These came out in '90, and they actually do feel like the third and fourth Jordan in a way, especially like with the wing right here, the wing, the little eyelets right here, or winglets or whatever the fuck. The kind of the top of this part. I'm trying to get my sneaker shoe parts down, but just this part reminds me of the ones. The air unit definitely reminds me of either like 3 or 4s. Maybe 3 and 4s have like the same air unit. I don't know. But so with the Pure Money 3s, I'm gonna have to stomp those into the ground before they turn yellow, which is fine. I love white anyway, is like really good, you know what I mean? I think I prefer white shoes over black shoes, just because, like I say, black just looks. I mean, both have like a really good dichotomy of that, where if they're not a standout silhouette, they'll just look like a fucking black shoe or a white shoe, and it won't look any fucking different, you know what I mean? But this, literally, I woke up like, fuck, now I'm really gonna have to stick to this rule, because if I want Aqua 8s, that means I got 4 fucking pairs of shoes this month. And I'm breaking my promises. I don't want to break my promises to nobody. Next month, right? There's so many shoes just that I was peeping. Pause if necessary. There's a lot of fucking shoes that look fucking fire. Just off the top of my head, if these are coming out next month, Marvel A6, undefeated 4s. Off the top of my head is what I got right now. There was like one other. Oh, SB Dunks, dogs. So that's fucking 3 right there. Whatever happens. If I get those 3, fuck it then. I just get those 3, you know what I mean? But no, there's gonna be everything in fucking between. New Balance, Jound, Armand 3s are coming out with another one. But I think I'm cool on the Armand 3, Armand shits now. Unless I see something that I really like Brown. The Brown, I think it's called While You Were Sleeping were the Air Maxes. They had another pair of like Brown 3s that I'm cool on. As far as brown shoes, I think I got like the pinnacle of them. I don't have like brown fits like that to get off. It's not very necessary. So I'm cool with those, you dig? My sneaker collection is getting a little out of hand. I'm going to be sending more shoes to my cousin. Literally because I don't have... I'm making room... I'm giving away shoes that I don't wear and making room for shoes that I know I'm not going to be wearing. So that's why the sneaker shit is getting out of hand, because if I was buying them and actually using them, Like, had I been putting this money towards like guns, oh, it still wouldn't be shit either, because I don't go out shooting like that anymore. So I'm trying to plan like a big thing where me and like all my cousins and like my family, we go out shooting. If we all put our guns together, we take on Al Qaeda. Like, we could figure this ice shit out for sure. Like, if they needed like a militia, like a Chicano militia to come through and save the day, we strap up real quick and we get this shit done lickety split, dog. Cause we out here heavy with it, bruh. You don't understand me? We gonna come through like the fucking Avengers of the clicking and clacking, bruh. We gonna make this shit happen, bruh. You get what I mean? So, what else we got in sneaker fucking news? Is that it? I think so. So we're gonna keep it moving. So I went and I saw AEW 300. They were also taping Collision 100 yesterday, which I think there would only be like 2 matches I would really want to see. But bro, I had floor seats. I was actually really close to the ring. I was kind of like at the end of the floor seat rows. But check this out, bro. These fucking seats were uncomfortable, bro. Like, no fucking cushion, no support. I'm a big guy. And you could tell with these seats, they're making them for fucking teenagers and smaller. Because the dude sitting next to me was like, he was sitting like, let's just say the seats were just too small. So he's taking up space in my seat. And I'm literally sitting with like my left leg kind of like this, where it's like my left leg is completely on the edge of the next seat. So if we were sitting seat by seat, it would be uncomfortable. My fucking legs would be entrapping my dick and balls, paws. And I wouldn't like that. I probably would have been in agony. The reason I didn't stay for Collision, I kind of wish I did, but bro, I was sitting in an uncomfortable seat. We had like this fucking small dude right next to us. He came out, you know who comes out looking fly, who they stepping out, you know what I mean? So he probably wore the most expensive like shit he could find, like either like a Versace shirt and, you know, whatever, Jordans and a gold chain. I'm like, where do you think we are, bro? This is a fucking wrestling event, not fucking, you know, Schoolboy Q's new album release party. I just wouldn't go out looking like that to a wrestling event. You dig? A fucking wrestling event. So thank God he bought 2 fucking seats and he was sitting on the seat over to me and shit. So I sat like pretty much in the middle. I was kind of like, if you're looking at the ring from like the main camera's point of view, I'm sitting like to the right behind the announcers, and you could actually, towards the end of the show, you could actually see me standing with my gray tank top on. And it was during the I forgot these dudes' names already. But it was the last match, right? And I'm standing behind this guy. I think his name is Lance or some shit. This big old motherfucker right here. And it was cool. It was funny because, and there's me right here too. So there's me in a great tank top. There's Lance. Holmes with the great tank top. And they're all talking shit. They're like, sit the fuck down, Lance. Yo, get the fuck out of the way. Fuck you and all this shit. And he would turn around and talk shit like, hey, man, shut the fuck up and all this shit. Awesome. You know, being in there and watching live wrestling. And this is AEW, by the way, All Elite Wrestling. Fire. It was something that just the energy and the energy of the crowd and everything just sitting right there. Pretty much damn near front row was awesome. The only problem was I was sitting directly behind this big gay white guy that looked like the tranny version of Garth Brooks. big fucking glasses and big frizzy pink hair and everything like that. And he would turn around, and this big motherfucker, I couldn't see the fucking, like, why do they keep the seats all like vertical? Like, why can't they like split them shits row by row so, you know, you're not directly looking behind somebody's fucking head? It got to the point to where I would stand a lot of the times to see the fucking ring. I don't want to look at the screen. You know, thank God the screen was big right there so I could just, you know, while I'm out of the corner of my eye, I'm seeing the big screen, but I could also see what's going on in front of my eyes. But this asshole kept looking back like 3 times, like, hey, I don't want to I want to make sure I'm not blocking view. I want to tell him it's too late, bro. Your big fucking gay ass head is blocking my whole view, bruh. You know, my pops was like, you should have fucking asked one of the ushers to move you. I'm like, no. I don't want them to move me to an even shittier seat. Like, I wanted to sit there. I paid for that seat. I want to sit there. I know exactly where the fuck I want to be and what I want to see, bruh. You know? So, and look, check this out, bruh. Whenever I come up on here and y'all perceiving this shit as disrespect, listen, bruh. I have no hate in my heart, and I don't mean to disrespect or offend any LGBTQ ABCDFG plus ABCD elemental P 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 odd number even number fucking fish animal they them amphibian reptile fucking what is it animal mineral vegetable fucking plastic, paper. I don't mean to interrupt or disrespect anybody. If you feel like I have, sorry, but I'm not sorry for the fucking things I say, bruh. Like, it's just what it is, dog. You know? Y'all can get offended, but everyone else can't get offended. You can't fat shame, you can skinny shame, dog. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, if you're offended by anything I just said, tune the fuck out now. I don't need you as a listener. But if you're not and you rocking and rolling with me, fuck yeah. Where the fuck was I? The wrestling, right? So I come in. The show the doors open at 3:30. I thought the doors open at 4:30, so I got there at 5. The show started at 5. As I'm walking in, they already had Hangman Adam Page doing his promo with Jon Moxley. They're doing a Tornado Texas death match or some shit like that. Anytime I hear the words tornado and like Texas or something, I think of like, you know, I think of like women giving the Texas Tornado Twister handies. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I guess I have a dirty mind like that. But regardless, it was kind of weird. But as I'm going to my seat, I see the chick, Jon Moxley's homegirl with the fucking briefcase that got the belt in there. And listen, bro, half of the reason why I didn't even want to see Collision was because really, I only would have wanted to see like Chris Jericho, if he's even on that show, Jon Moxley, and Edge. I don't even think Edge was on Collision at that point. It was the 100th episode, but anyway, what is it? I don't want to see Jon Moxley come through the crowd, hop through the rail, and fucking talk. I don't. I know they did some wrestling shit and the crowd was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? But look, listen, bro. The match directly after that was Mercedes Moné versus, I forgot the Chinita's name, which she was fine, bro. Oh my God, bro. This girl, any Chinita with big titties is a 9 to me off the bat. Like, regardless if her face is, she's like half a butterface or whatever, like, mommy got fucking body for days, bro. No, she was bad as fuck, bro. She's the chick that she macked on Tony Storm on live television. It was a great match. For a minute, I thought it could have went either way, but I knew Mercedes was gonna win because I think she was gonna wrestle at All In Texas. So fuck yeah, you knew off the bat she was gonna win. And just how like, you know, just being like a smart fan or whatever, you could just tell like the shit wasn't gonna go. Like the babyface, she wasn't gonna win, right? And I need like Jesus, we need a new couch because like I feel like I'm sitting directly on a fucking pine tree. Jesus, man, I'm sitting directly on fucking hey, bro. All right, whatever, we're gonna thug it out. But literally, I was sitting like this the whole time because we got the big pink giant right in front of me, and I'm like leaning, like I'm literally like this. So my back is fucked up the whole time because I'm sitting all awkward, and I'm like ducking my head just in case nobody behind me is experiencing the same shit. Like, look at this big motherfucker right here obstructing my view and shit. So I'm leaning and I'm watching the shows the whole time. So let me see. From what I remember, and what was really cool is during the breaks, they had the ring announcer come on and he was, you know, talking, getting the crowd jazzed up and shit. Let me see. Oh, Kenny Omega made a return. I didn't know. Let me see. Yeah. So the opening promo I missed, and I didn't even see it on the TV. I think I skimmed through just to see where I was at in the crowd on TV. Mina Shirakawa is her name. And what is it? It was a good match with Mercedes Moné. I didn't really have any notes or nothing. And fucking what's her name? With like 1,000 belts, Mercedes. It was a great match. And to see like live wrestling with women and their beautiful bodies and the outfits and their ass and titties out was amazing. Just straight off the bat. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna own the wrestling. The wrestling was good, right? They had really good moves and really good shit. But really, we all know what it is, dog. We come in here to see some ass, bruh. I didn't know the Young Bucks were from Rancho Cucamonga. Is that really like some real shit? They had like a vignettes of the Young Bucks like going back to their school or back to Rancho. That was some funny shit. The Fatal 4-Way match for the number 2 spot in the men's Casino Gauntlet at All in Texas, it was MJF versus AR Fox versus Brody King versus Anthony Bowens. This match was awesome. In the building, it was probably maybe not match of the night. The matches of the night were definitely this one and fucking the main event, right? But I'll say this one had the crowd on their feet like the whole time. It was filled with humor. It was just good wrestling. They had a bunch of good spots. It was everything you need to make the perfect match. And I will say it was probably the perfect. I will say, let's call it the match of the night. At the end, I forgot who the 2 dudes came out. Jet Speed and Kevin Knight. Or Jet Speed as a group. Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. Yeah, they came to the stage and they got the fucking ass whipping of a lifetime that Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin gave them. And only MJF came in for his match. So it was super dope to see the like fire. So I got to see his music live. And then after the Hurt Syndicate, when they were beating everybody's ass and they left, we got the Hurt Syndicate song. So it was awesome to be there just like, we heard people, like fucking fire. You know what I mean? So then, oh my God, I almost forgot about this match. Heroes versus Villains trio match. We had the Young Bucks and Konosuke Takashita versus Bandito and Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. This was a great match. The Young Bucks was fucking shit up the whole time, bruh. There wasn't one time where I thought this match was slow. And that's another thing. Seeing wrestling fucking live, I feel like this couch is eating, man. We really need to fucking do something about this couch. Seeing this match live, bruh, or these matches live, it was really something else because I'm right there watching this, and on the TV it looks slow. Like you're like, you know, when they punch, like, huh? But like in real time watching the match in the ring, this shit is like very you know, in chain succession to where I'm not sitting there going, oh man, what the fuck? This looks fake. I'm like, these motherfuckers are getting beat the fuck up, bro. You know, wrestling must have been some shit to see back in the day, like Hulk Hogan and all that in real time, because in the building, bruh, like on the TV, it's like, it sounds lackluster. They need to put microphones into the crowd, which I don't think they do, but in AEW, but they need to, because in the building, this was a lit ass event, bro. But on the TV, it's like on some of the big pops, because I just skimmed through it real quick, like for like the big moments on the TV, it's like woo, like it sounds like woo, you know what I mean? But in the building, it was like, oh shit, like fucking woo, like it was a big fucking deal. On the TV, it's like, meh, like you could give a fuck about that shit. So with the Young Bucks match, they smoked the whole shit. They was whipping ass the whole time. I were in complete control of the match. I didn't think for 1 second they were gonna lose, and they killed it. Swerve, what's his name? Swerve, Swerve, whatever his name is. Swerve Strickland and what's his name? Will Ospreay came out. They fucked shit up. I really like how. So if you've never been to a wrestling event, there's extras, you know, shit that they don't have time for that bring context to the stories when the TV goes off. So I'll say when you could tell they went off the air because they put the cameras down because they probably went to a commercial break, but there was more to see in the building as far as the story went. Like Swerve and Will Ospreay were talking more to each other. It didn't add all that much more context, but it's like you're getting more than you would see on the television, which I like really appreciate, you know. Even though I missed Collision, whatever, like I still got a pretty good seat, and I would pay $200 just to see Dynamite again, just Dynamite. But I would be in the front row or somewhere where I'm not getting my view obstructed. But my back was hurting, dog. Like because I had to sit all stupid and shit. My back was hurting, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do this, bro. I want to wake up. Like it was already 7:30, right, when it ended. Another 2 hours, that puts us at 9:30. I still want to walk Presley. I still got other shit to do in the house. I'm like, nah, that's it. In my head, I was like, nah, that's it. Plus, I had like time to chill. I was cleaning my room and all that shit. So whatever, it was fine. So then the next match was the Swerve Strickland versus and Will Ospreay versus Dralistico and the Beast. This was another great match. I don't think it was all that much more like for like on paper, like all these matches were fire. Like the whole event was a solid 9 out of 10. I don't think, surprisingly, I'll say this was like the bottom, like the worst match, and it was a good match. You know what I mean? Like that's not taking anything away from the match. Then we had, I can't really remember. I can't really remember anything really special about the match. I just know it was really good, but I didn't like it as much as the other matches. We have Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi. I really like this match. Their styles were really great. It was real technical, just really good spots. And it went both kind of ways. You didn't know there were times you're like, okay, this fool's gonna win. No, that fool's gonna win. But I knew it was like this fool's probably gonna retain the title. But right, you had a hope that what's his name? His name Kota, right? Ibushi. That Kota Ibushi was gonna win. He didn't. He lost. But when he did that move where they went off the turnbuckle and he Kota kind of power bombed, what's his name? Kazuchika on the fucking ring. You were like, that was it. The finish was kind of whack though, I'm not gonna lie, because Kota, they got to the spot on the ropes where Kota was pulling Kazuchika's arm and the ref was counting. And Kota got distracted and he's like, what do you mean? Like 1, 2, 3, like what are you counting for? Then Kazuchika brings Kota, clotheslines him, brings him up again, closes, I think he kicks him, then he clotheslines him again. Some shit like that. We knew from the first clothesline, we're like, fuck, like there he goes. He's gonna fucking steal this bullshit. And he did. So regardless, it was a great match. Then the Don Callis family and Kazuchika, they're fucking stomping and jumping fucking Kota. Kenny Omega comes out. I didn't even know he returned, but when he came out, the building erupted like a big fucking pop. Comes out running with a chair, doesn't hit anybody. The Don Callis family, they didn't want the smoke, they leave, and it was fire. What is it? Whatever. But Kenny cuts a real quick promo. They go off the air, but then he does like even more. And what I like is they give you extra. Like he was being very humorous. He's talking about something about being Superman, and they had like Superman ads in the building. And he's like, "Look, they didn't pay me to say that." People were booing him because when he brought up Superman. So the crowd was like, "Oh, this is some paid bullshit." Like, boo. And he's like, "Oh no, don't worry. Like, no one's paying me to say this. I'm just saying." Like, fucking, and people got a laugh out of that. So it was a really great night. Just thinking back at it, I wish I had a better spot. I wish I wasn't sitting in an uncomfortable seat. That's what kills the whole fucking event. Because now because I got half ADHD, I'm sitting there thinking, fuck, like, I'm thinking about other shit. Fuck, should I stay for Collision? Should I not? Should I get a fucking water? This is why I fucking hate these people that just fucking get passes. You know what I mean? Like, it's everything besides watching wrestling, So hopefully Collision was good. It's gonna air Saturday, and it was a really good event. So what is it? After the event, I went and this was the last 2024 program. And I got, this is the beautiful Willow Nightingale. I got like one of her little dollies. She's a beautiful woman too. Goddamn. It might be because of her that I might be fully interested and invested in tortas. You know what I mean? So, you know what? I think Samoa Joe wrestled on Collision, and that's where I fucked up. But also too, look, this has like, basically this program gives you all the like the roster of wrestlers, and you could tell it's old because Daniel Bryan isn't even in there anymore. But Chris Statlander, right? Yeah, Chris Statlander signed this one. It's the only autograph in here. They gave one away during the event that had more signatures, and even the ring announcer signed. But they gave it to like a little girl that it was like her first time. But yeah, this has like Mercedes Moné, MJF, Swerve, John Moxley, like everybody, like all the AEW stars. This made me an official fan of AEW. They had like a Hurt Syndicate shirt, I think for like, I don't know, $50 or something like that. It was just a yellow shirt that said Hurt Syndicate on it. I was like, no, thank you. I'll pass on that. But I was like, great, I got more shit to take up space in my room, and I think I'm just gonna start throwing shit away in my room. I have too much shit I don't need, like the big gallon Frito-Lay when I worked over there, like big jug of water that has my name on it. I think I'll keep that. But I have all my FedEx shit, all my fucking Pokemon plushies, just a whole bunch of shit, you know what I mean, that I really don't need. But how I got into wrestling was my cousin Jose, when he used to take care of me. Well, taking care of me is a big fucking word. When we would hang out, when he was supposed to be taking care of me and Almonte, he was super into wrestling. I remember he had like I think he had a Sting action figure, unopened. We would watch SmackDown. I don't remember us watching Raw. So the times that they would take care of me definitely wasn't on Mondays. It was definitely like something like I don't know, Wednesday, I don't know, Tuesday, I don't know. I forgot. Because on the weekends I would assume I would be at the house and shit. But I was always back and forth, like growing up from Ontario to Almonte to Baldwin Park, Chino, shit like that. So I remember watching SmackDown when it was, I think it was Fridays, then Thursdays, then they went back to Fridays. But for a minute, it was Thursday night SmackDown. And I remember watching both either way. I remember watching it from like 05, 06, 07, those years. I remember watching Eddie. I remember that whole build up to SummerSlam, the custody of Dominic. What else? When Chris Benoit died. I remember all of that shit. So being younger, my cousin got me into wrestling. I got KO into wrestling after that. We watched Raw 2006 at the Honda Theater, which was the pond before when the Anaheim Ducks, or when they were the Mighty Ducks. We saw, it was Shawn Michaels and John Cena, right? Versus the Spirit Squad. And then I think it was also the Fatal 4-Way. It was Shelton Benjamin, Rob Van Dam, and I forgot the other two wrestlers. It could have been like something like Chris Masters, Carlito, some shit like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, I watched wrestling real heavy those years, 05 to like 07. Every show, the pay-per-views. I still have like my DVD collection. My mom one day was like, you know, do you want this? Do you want that? You know, and I was like, yeah. My mom must have got all these DVDs for $5 because my mom came home with like 6 or 7 fucking, you know, DVD pay-per-views on DVD. From what I remember, my mom got me Word Life John Cena, Royal Rumble 06, One Night Stand 06, SummerSlam 05, Unforgiven 06. I think it was 05. And I think that's it. So yeah. So my mom probably spent like a good, you know, $25, $30 on DVDs and shit for me. So I'll never forget that from my mom. Shout out to moms. And I've been watching wrestling, WWE specifically, every week since January of 2023, I think. When did The Rock come back? Was that 40? But then I remember seeing CM Punk return. No, I've been watching it every week since like 23 or 24, right? Because it was 41, and then 40 is when they had The Rock and all that. Yeah, so maybe like last year. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember any of that shit, really. So yeah, and now I'm getting into AEW, so it's really sick. I really like AEW. I really like the alternate promotions. You know, they're different. They're not as, you know, polished or have a great production. I don't want to see AEW go away. There's a lot of shit going around about AEW might close their doors and all that shit. I don't want them to. I really want them to succeed, because like there needs to be a different promotion other than WWE, you know? Like it shouldn't just be them. Like we need to have like alternative, you know, like just different promotions, Ring of Honor, whatever. I guess they're under AEW too, but I want to see now, because of this, I want to see New Japan. And they were just in or TNA, which I guess is WWE now. They were just in, New Japan was just in the Toyota Arena, but I just didn't have any time off, and I didn't want to take a day off for that, which I kind of regret now. But honestly, bro, I love watching the event yesterday. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 orales. And I will go back and see it again whenever they come back to Ontario, because $200 to be on the floor seat sounds like a fucking deal to me. And I want to take my dad. Wrestling events in California. Let me see. Let me see. Doesn't look like there's any big events for the near future. They got what is it? Survivor Series going down. I think it's in the Intuit Dome. No, it's in San Diego. But regardless, man, I'm a big wrestling fan. Now that I'm kind of like getting more into it, it's cool. And I'm gonna be watching Dynamite and Collision every week. So, I was thinking about this, but the message of the day is just do it. I was watching something with Joe Rogan on, I think, YouTube, where he's talking about Jorge Masvidal. He lost a fight and he was thinking, how can I get better? You know, at fighting, I should have done this, I should have done that. And he was like, well, fucking, why am I thinking? I'm going to just knock motherfuckers out. And then he went on a run where he was beating fools' asses. So the message of the day is just do it. You know what I mean? Prepare, plan, and execute. Don't prepare, plan, think. No, bro. Go after that shit. Full force, you know, just go after that shit. Just do it, bro. Because the less you're doing shit, the more you're fucking up, bro. Trust me. This is the God's Hour.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.